Hello, how are you? This is Jilly Blaine. So every once in a while there's a card that I make that I really like and I keep looking at it, come into my room like before I even have a cup of coffee and just enjoying it. And this is one of them. I know there's a whole lot going on. I love it, but this is today's project. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. I have a lot of it already prepared, but it has a little spinner on it. It has this fun, I think it's like a double circle opening, and I'll show you about that. It's all right here. This mechanism right under here is what does it all. So we'll use Gears and Textures bundle, Reason to Celebrate stamp set, the dies for Sweet Bug because they have the mushrooms in them, Gears and Textures dies, Fern and Flora dies for these ferns and this fern. Stylish shapes for the circles. We'll need quite a few circles. And Spotlight on Nature for this circle right here. Whew! Lots of little things. I had so much fun making this. Like captivated where I was like, I'll come to dinner in just a little bit. Okay. Here we go. And I'll put the paper cut sizes and photos on my blog, which is jillybling.com. So this came from Marjo Wag. That's her sign-on YouTube. And she sent me a Christmas card, and she included this. And then on the back it says, Purple Girl Crafts on YouTube, double rotating circle card. And she's the one who Marjo Wag got the idea and inspiration from. And then she sent me this Christmas card that has the double circle on it and included this template. And I'm like, oh, I need to study this. But more or less, this template makes this piece right here. This is glued right there. But that's what does the magic on the inside. So we'll go through this. And we're going to use spinners. And in the video description is a link to Amazon where you could get yourself some spinners. That's what makes the front of the card rotate. We'll do that. Need my little ruler. For accents, we'll use pressed flower motifs. So here's the Christmas card she sent. Isn't that cute? Then look on the inside. What? Cute, cute, cute. So I had to send one of my cards to Marjo Wag, just as a thank you. Okay, so here are the pieces. Here, let's take note of this. This is all you need. Ha! It just takes a lot of time. Exposed brick is for the background paper. Right here. Just a little interest. And this is in the mini catalog. Mini catalog January through April, and it's on page 53, the Gears and Textures. We'll need our, this is for scoring. And the inside paper is from Gathering Together, these two papers. We'll use gold foil. Do we use gold foil? Oh, in this pack is this kind of charcoal color paper. And I'm not sure that it's available. I know a lot of you had it because it went on clearance. But in here is this textured gold, and there's also the charcoal colored paper. Isn't that fun? And I purposely didn't put the gear centered, so when you open it, it's one way. Then when you move it, it just automatically spins just because of the weight of it. We'll use silver foil. And this is new, it's Lunar Luster Specialty Paper. Isn't that fun? And this is coming out in, I think it's in May that this is coming out. It might even be out like as an online exclusive. There's a stamp set coming out for gardeners, and it has like shovels and everything. And I bought it purposely for the blade of the shovel. And then this paper, you know what, I'm not going to use this. At first, instead of the pecan pie circle, I had this, and it was just too busy. I like how it looks like that, but after you put all the stuff on it, it just doesn't work. So delete, backspace, not this one. Okay, let's get started. I'm afraid that this video is going to go too long, but it's a lot of fun. So if you have all of your pieces together, it will, we could do it together. Okay, crumb cake. And just scroll down at the very bottom, we'll show the paper cut sizes. Oh, and this is project number 3, using the gears and textures. Project number 1 is here, focusing on the Edison lights and just like a cord, a wire hanging down. And then this is the second one. See, these are all a little bit, in comparison, simpler. Okay, so these are inside papers. For now, I'll just tuck them inside. This is, oh, did I get the right one? Yeah. Let's just dive in and let's make this piece. So, you know what? Because of time, I don't want the video to be too long. I'll take a picture of this template and I'll take it close up so you can see all the little measurements. But these are score lines and this is where you cut. Because I have one right here done. So I have it scored, and I'll have you know I scored incorrectly a few times, but it will still work just fine. But see how it's the same, it's just a copy over. And so I still need to cut all these parts. See if I could do that, that will make it less time on the video. So there, here, and I could use my paper cutter to do this, but sometimes being hands-on is a little bit more, I don't know, it's like it's easier to grasp a hold of. Because if I were to use a paper cutter, my chances are I would cut it like a little bit too wide or a little bit too short. This is maybe a little bit sloppy, but it's getting it cut pretty close to where it needs to be cut. Just an angle, and right up to here. See, if I had all this cut, you would be now like, how'd you do that? So you know in the last video how I was like, oh, I have allergies. I have a sinus infection. I've been on meds for 2 days and feel so much better. But I was like, what's going on? It's like, this is a weird allergy or a weird cold because it didn't go into my chest. I could still breathe just fine, but felt kind of, ugh. But I've heard from a few people lately, they're like, I have that too. And yeah, everything is blooming. Never reacted that bad though. I love this card. I don't know why. And another thing is with the gears and textures, you would think, just do the gears and textures. I don't know why I feel the need to do flowers on them or mushrooms on them. I don't know. Well, I like it. Somebody said, I thought you were doing man cards. Flowers are not man cards. It's like, oh, you're right. See, this one looks a little bit narrow, but it's going to be fine. This panel right here looks more narrow than that. Okay, so let's check that against the template. I did do it wrong, just a little bit wrong, but it's going to be okay. So even if you do yours wrong, because I know that these two panels, they just fold in for like a little support, so it'll be just fine. Okay, looks good. Now how do we do it? How do we do it? Here's this thing. Okay, so flip it over. Let's get this part folded. It folds in. So that's another thing, is it folds in and I'm like, that's not meeting up with there. It's not flat across. But maybe that's part of the plan. Because my sample works, so I'm just gonna go with it. And then this one too. Then this gets folded up. That worked good. Then these pieces get folded in. That's good. And see how this one was a little bit short? It's like, okay. That was my whoops. So when I'm looking at this, I see that these pieces, after I glue them down, are going to hit the diagonal. So I'm just going to make the angle a little bit more angled. So I want it to be about here. This one I want it to be right about there. And these are just for support of the mechanism. That's funny. The other day, Tony and I were going out for Friday night date night. And the song by the Commodores, "'Cause She's a Brick House." And Tony was singing along with it, having a good time. And he said, well, he was singing and he goes, "And she's built like a mechamazon." I'm like, what are you talking about? What's a mechamazon? He goes, I don't know. That's just what they say. So we're sitting in front of the restaurant and I had to Shazam the song. I'm like, there's no such thing as a mechamazon. He goes, well, that's what I say because that's what Lionel says. So I looked it up and she's built like an Amazon. It's like, I know that's a region. I didn't know that was a thing. But he says, well, I'm still going to say it my way. And sure enough, when we listened to it again, it did sound like he was saying that. So maybe in our world it will remain Mechamazon. Why did I go there? I don't know. Probably because I'm finally feeling better. Did you ever think, like, if you were in caveman days and if you got a sinus infection, what do? You can't go to your doctor or whine and say, I have a sinus infection, I don't feel good. They would probably have you taking herbs and breathing stuff. I hope. Gosh, it'd be terrible to live with that. Okay, so now this, I'm going to do this little pointy angle part, this right here. Okay, so the sides are going to go down. I have to fold it in half. Okay, like that, maybe like this. That. These parts go down. Oh, okay. It's cooperative. I like that. Look how those are all crossed over. Are these crossed over? Not so much. These are crossed over right here. Does it work if they're crossed over? I guess so. Okay, what else? This is glue. Where does this go? This part is this. Okay, so that folds down. Okay, that's good. Now, what else do we have? These little arms, they go out. This probably isn't a very good tutorial. Go to Purple, what's her name? She probably has a perfect tutorial. I probably should have watched and learned from Purple Girl. Purple Girl Crafts on YouTube. Okay, and this piece stays out. Okay, let's see if we can get that fixed. If we can get it to work. This, that. I think it goes out when you open the card. Okay, so it's like that, and this piece is out. So when you open the card, because this is on the inside, oh, it's working. It's working. How does that work? I think I would be baffled if I really tried to figure out. I think it's because they're on an angle. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so let's just build the rest of the card. That is nothing now. So this piece, we're going to die cut. You know what? Let me show you the dies, and then I'm going to pull out my big thing that's already done, just because I don't want to take up too much time. So we have fern, we have gears, gear, gear. That's for the front. These from Stylish Shapes are for the inside. These are for the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and number 4 is right down under here. Let me see where I can lift it off. You see that? How the pecan pie has a hole in it? Because the mechanism has to go through the hole before you attach it. Don't let me forget that. Because I probably will. Those are mushroom tops. Here's another fern. 2 mushrooms. A big gear and a little gear. Okay. And if you're like, okay, what was all that? Look at this. Those are the pieces we need to make the card. And I will include a picture on my blog of all these pieces. And as soon as I clean up my spot, I'll hold it up. And these are just like whatever you like at will. You don't have to put mushrooms on it. You don't have to put ferns on it. Okay. So those are the pieces. And my little note says use original sandwich for delicate dies. So you might have tried other companies' cutting plates. And many of them are very nice for different reasons. But they don't cut quite as tight as a Stampin' Up! Or the Big Shot original plates. And when I was using them to cut out the ferns, I wasn't getting some of the tiny pieces to come out, even if I ran them through 1 or 2 or 3 times. So, the original sandwich. Okay, that's what we need. So all that is right here. Ha! And I know some of these we have to do a little bit of blending brush to kind of accentuate them. But to kind of make sense of everything, let's start putting some pieces together so there's less pieces to try to figure out. So this is the basic beige paper embossed with the exposed brick. So, because it's texture, I'm going to be a little heavy glue. So when you use this folder, do you have the brick protruding or the excess cement mortar protruding? I'm having the mortar come out. I don't think that there's a wrong. Okay, and we will use this little strip for, you know, the inside the wheel. That's going to attach cute little things to the wheel. So let me know if you try this. I think if you have all the pieces in front of you, you watch the video once, and then you come back and you watch it again, then it might make a little more sense because there's a whole lot of new going on. I'm going to use a blending brush in Crumb. I was about to pull out Pecan Pie, but I thought I want it just kind of soft, so Crumb it is. And when you're doing a blending brush on solid colored cardstock, sometimes it comes out a little splotchy, but for this project, that's just fine. When it's like this paper, it drinks up the ink off the blending brush. See, it's a little bit heavy there, but that's just fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, and while we have it out, I'm going to do the mushrooms, but I'll wait just a minute because I'm trying to hope you're not overwhelmed. So I'm going to be heavy on the glue because this is going to attach to the embossing folder paper right in the middle. And I don't care where my heavy blob of ink is because a lot of this is going to be covered up. Okay, so next we could put on, let me get this in focus here. We could put on, let's keep this. Let's put on these little bar things. I like that order. We'll do it like that. So, and try to do them straight. If you look at the sample, it's like, yeah, you did that crooked. I know, but I'm not going to pull it up. And I think whoever gets this card is going to be so fidgeting with the spinner and the inside that they won't even notice. But today's project is going to be straight. Yeah. How's that look? Ooh. Okay. That's probably why it was crooked anyhow. Okay, so there's one. The next one is this one. This one looks like a plate that they put when you have artificial parts attached. Where they put the plate in there and they put screws into this bone and that bone and they're forever fused together. You know, like you see in the x-rays. Like 5 years later, let's take a look. And the x-ray's like, wow. Just saying. Okay, here at the bottom, straight. That looks good. Next one is the ladder. Could you imagine dudes that work on this kind of stuff? They're like, oh my gosh, that is not a ladder. That is a, and they'll have some fancy name for it. Some of you that watch the videos are so full of knowledge and you tell me these things. And I try to remember them because it's really embarrassing if I stumble up on another one another time. Like I told you. It's like, I know. Okay, so how's that look? Does it look straight? I think so. Okay, so next I will put on, oh, we have to do some, see, we're getting there. I kind of want to do this. Woo! Ooh, that spins really nice too. I should put that like on my wheels on my chair. Be going all over the house. Whee! So looking at this, the greenery and the mushrooms are going to get blending brush on them. So how about if we start with that? Because I want to lay this one in place, but it has the blending brush on it. I think there's two of them. This one has blending brush too. So all the greens, let's put blending brush on all the greens. Okay. So here they are. Fern, isn't that beautiful? This is coming out in the May catalog. It's so pretty. And the designer paper that goes with it. I think it's called something like Moonlit Flora. I went to On Stage and they had it there. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? That's part of the fern package. Here's the one we're going to work on. Ooh, they did that one in, what, spruce? Peaceful pine. Okay, back on task. So, crumb cake for the mushrooms. Let's just start right there. Crumb cake is on top. I'm looking at this crumb cake. I didn't put blending. Ooh, might be nice to have blending brush on the inside of it. Another year, better together. Eee. Okay, crumb cake is going to go on these. So when doing the mushrooms, because it's going to have a cap on it, this part, I'm going to do blending brush on here, on this little, some of you know the name, and on the side of the mushroom stem, that little thing. It's beard. Okay, so I'm going to fold it under. Don't worry that you're folding it under, because when you pop it back up and it has the blending brush on it, it looks great. It's worth accepting the fold because of how nice the blending brush makes it look. Fold over that part. Okay, and then do one side or the other of the stem. Okay, and this gets sponged all the way around. Lick it. Attaching that little spinner thing is as easy as putting glue on both sides of it. And then it just attaches and whatever's on top spins. It's really easy. It makes quite an impression, but it's not hard. I was nervous about that. I was nervous about this card because I had all these ideas. It's like, do I dare put 2 different types of spinners on one card? I probably should have spread the love and had one, the little store Amazon spinner on one and the inside on another, but that's okay. Okay, we're done with crumb cake. So now we can do olive on these 4 and mossy meadow on the big fern. Olive is on top. Olive, let's see how much is on here. Oh, that's good. And it's just for a little variation in your fern, because when you look at one compared to the other, that one just has, somehow it just seems a little more lively. And then putting the olive on this curled up fern, it doesn't show up as much. Oh, I have all these little pieces. And I don't think that I caught on to using the good pads yet. Well, I think they're all visible after the card is done, so I'll pick them out later. Just a little color so there's variation. Okay, we're done with that. So next is Mossy Meadow. It's going to be a color refresh next year. And in my head, I'm like, I can't imagine what colors y'all are going to get rid of. I love all these colors, but I say that every year. And I like what they do every year, so I should just say nothing. Okay, we're done with that. We can start building. Let's take all these. Let's build the mushrooms. They're right here. So the mushrooms, I'll hold it up here in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Glue dots. If you take a glue dot and you roll it up into a ball, it acts as like a half-size dimensional. So it has glue up here at the top, and then down here I have 3, oop, the glue popped up. I have 3 rolled up glue dots. Can't be having that. Okay, so 3 of these I'm kind of nervous about doing the inside part. The outside little spinner, piece of cake. The inside, because it's kind of hand done, I'm scared. Warren yesterday was playing on the porch. Opa got him a whole bunch of new tractors. They're like half his size. From Cat. Well, it was from Amazon, but they have the Caterpillar coloring and the logo on them. Keep in mind, his parents both work for Cat. Oh my gosh, he was having so much fun. He had a hard time leaving because I said, Evan, Warren, show Michaela, show Mom your new toys. And they were having a lot of fun out there. But then it came time to leave because they can't be playing all night on the porch. They have to go home and make dinner. He wasn't too happy. I felt bad about that. I was like, should I just have left him at peace at the dinner table when Mom came? Yeah. Okay, so this gets glue at the top. So I rearranged things a little bit on my desk, like right up through here. I really like it. So I was thinking, I have all these things right here in this corner. I have my Stampin' foam pad and scorer and little rubbery thing that came with this mat. And I use that and my new stamp positioner and my cutter, trimmer, scorer. Like, these things I kind of have to rifle through them all the time. So I got on Amazon, they come here every day. I got this acrylic, I think it's like a bill file thing. And it just has 3 slots in it. And I was looking at the 5 slot one because I have more than 5 things, but they're really narrow. And so I just set it up. And I love it. Everything is right there standing up, and I don't have to kind of rifle through everything. Like if you had a stack of baking pans, and they were just all stacked together, it's nice to get the divider. Okay, so I'm just going to start putting these things down. I want to kind of sponged it heavy. It'll be fine. And this one gets 100% glue. Well, you know, on the leaves and down the core, and then that's enough. And I'm having it kind of follow the circle, and I'm trying to leave the outline of the circle, because if I put it over, which I was inclined to do, it makes it so when you're looking at the card, you're just looking at everything. If it's within the circle, your eye is like, okay, I'm going to look here at everything. It just makes it a little bit easier for viewing. Okay, and then next is, maybe that's stuck. Oh, next is this one. This fern, I'm going to put glue on the underside. I see about where it sticks out, like if that was 12, at about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And this bottom goes right here into the bottom. It's so much easier copying than trying to do it originally. Okay, they're getting kind of tiny. Do in the middle. Just a few dots. Okay, that's good. So it could go right about here, right about there. There it is. That's where it will stay. Okay, and next is, let's put this black one on. So that is this one here with the gold ring. When they gave me this, I'm like, okay, 2 size circles. What do you do with that? I guess it looks like a washer. But it fits perfectly. And another thing I didn't even try with all this is the stamps work well with the die cut gears. I've just been doing die cut gears only. But if you do stamping on it first, it's like that's a whole nother bunch of depth. Oh, I think it's this paper. This paper just doesn't want anything to do with glue. Okay, that we'll put on in just a minute. Let's work with this one, which goes right up here. glue on the bottom. And that's going to cross over the ladder a little bit, but still stay in the pecan pie circle. See, that one behaves. Okay, and a dimensional in the middle. Right there. And the black one goes there. And if you're making this, when you make it, you could take time to line up all the little gears, like these little black gears with the silver ones. Keep in mind, it's a gear, and they're made to be twisty-turny. So I'm not taking time to do that. I'm just like right here, plopping it down. That's where it stays, as long as it's centered. Okay, let's see how this one is doing. Hopefully it's good. And I'm going to put glue on the underside and just stick this down. So pretty much everything is going down just flat, and there's a few dimensionals here or there. So this one is going to go over that and kind of touching. Let's see, I'm losing a lot of the fern. Okay, everyone is different, right? Okay, next we could put on that curly fern. This one. Once again, just glue. Are these all popped out? They are. The other one isn't. I'll do the one where they're not popped out for the inside, because I could pop it out later. Lately, I've been just so hungry ever since our trip. I'm like, if I could just not eat now when I'm hungry, it'd be nice to lose 5 pounds, but I'm hungry. Hungry! Okay, there's that one. Oh, I'm supposed to put the circle underneath it. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, and this is the stuff that doesn't like to stick. Okay, that could go right here. Oh, that worked out fine. Okay, and time for mushrooms. These just get glued on, and because of all the depth from all the other gears, it looks like it's on dimensionals, but it's not. So this one could go right there. So you know how I was complaining about this, like a mouse had met its maker in the room? Tony kept looking, and when he would open the door, he'd be like, oh my gosh, it's still there. I'm like, I know, I don't know. On the internet, it said 7 to 10 days, and it's been like 8 days. So today he hired a kid to come over, and he paid him a lot. He says, will you go under the house and just see if you see anything? And he gave him a flashlight, and he gave him the leaf blower. And the kid came out and he said, it is really clean under there. There's nothing under there. I don't know. Okay, so that goes on. And if you get glue on foil, it looks bad. So I'm going to try to not, oh, this is going to be that fancy one too. See, I put glue too far out. Okay, well, gotta fix that. Glue goes off. And it'll dry. Get it into a clean spot. The glue will dry and then we'll make it fancy. Okay, so is that all that's left for the front? Other than bling? Oh, okay, hold on. I have glue all over it. So you dip a cloth in your water. I'll take the glue off. Okay, that's better. Now it could dry. Seems like something is missing. Just the spinner. Well, let's have some spinner fun. Spinners! Just fun. Looks like I might be doing a few other things with spinners. Ooh, there's two. It's kind of heavy for as little as it is. So when you look at the spinner, it's kind of small on one side and bigger on the other. Does it matter which way goes where? I don't think so. So, okay, small way is up. I'm going to do just a dot of glue. You know what? I should do the glue on here. In the middle, doing that much glue. Can you see how much glue? Not much. And, well, oh, where's my picker-upper? Ooh, that was spinning on there. Wow. Cool. Okay, picker-upper. Get a good hold on that. In the glue you go. Okay, pick her up, let go. And I'm trying to make it about center, but if it isn't perfectly centered, that could be a good thing. It's like, do I have enough glue on there? I see a little bit of glue on the outside of it, all around, so I think that's good. Okay, just try. Okay, so if you don't have it perfectly centered, when you hold your card flat, like you're pulling it out, it moves. But then when you lean it up, it really moves, just from the weight from the one side, like right there, and then right there. So having it not perfectly centered might be a good thing. Okay, so should we just try putting it on, hoping it's holding? I'm going to put a blob of glue here. It's kind of thin, but this part of the spinner is just a little bit wider than that other part. And I'm happy if the glue goes up on the rim, not inside the mechanism. But I just wanted to set, I'm trying to think of a way to show you. Okay, so if this is the pecan pie, I put just a little bit of glue. When I put the spinner in there, I want the glue to come up a little bit on the sides, but not into the spinny part. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh. It's sliding around on there. Is that a good spot? It's kind of covering up a lot of the mushroom. It's spinning. Okay, I'm going to try to scooch it just a little bit. Okay, I'll just stay there. Yeah, I see the trail of glue under there, but it seems like it's holding on. Okay, let's go to the inside. How do we do the inside now? Because it's all wet, it's drying on there. Okay, can't procrastinate any longer. Let's decorate this paper here. I can handle that. I probably should have tried quite a few times. I have this going up and down. Those are all the pieces that go on. So I'm going to try to stamp off with a lot of these gears in the textures, gears and textures. This is going to be hidden. Crumb cake and slate. Crumb cake is going to be the coffee cup and the splatter. And the gears are going to be slate. And hopefully I'll remember to stamp off. Oh, and then I have over here words. We had to do words in black. Okay, I can do this part. Stamp off coffee cup. Stamp off coffee cup. Maybe one more. Okay, that's good. And now the splatter, same thing. Okay, done with crumb cake. There's a black. Okay, so now the gears, I don't know why, but I kept forgetting to stamp off. But it turned out okay when I didn't. Maybe I'll do a full strength one. Okay, full strength looks good too. Done with that. Going crazy. Okay, done with that. And let's stamp the words. I'm procrastinating because I'm scared of working on the spinner part, the double circle. And also, oh, we have to do some stamping on there. Letting it dry, letting the front dry. Another wonderful year together. Better together. Better together I'm going to do off to the side so I could do some gears on here. Doesn't that look nice? Another wonderful year. That one's off to the side too. This is for our anniversary. We're done with the black. I'm going to take back crumb cake and slate. Stamp off in here, stamp off in there. And oops, splatter. There. Just 'cause there's a little bit of a difference. Okay. Inside pieces. Let's think. Oh, that looks good. Okay, let's put bling on. I could do bling. So we're going to have some bling on the inside and outside. These are the pressed flowers. And on the outside, I'll put a big one on the black right here. It's like it kind of completes it. And a big one on spinner. Okay, and a little one on this little gear. Okay, we'll keep these for inside. Okay, outside is done. Yeah, that's fun. Did I do it again? To me, these look crooked again. I just had my eyes checked and he says there's no change, so I can't blame it on that. Okay, so these two pieces get put on, and see where the mechanism touches the designer paper? So right about here, you need to put glue there. And that's only because you don't want the mechanism to pull off the paper and kind of ruin the card. So there's glue all around and then right in through here. And then the same with this one. All around. And then right here. Just put glue everywhere. Or whatever adhesive you want. But just make sure it's a good, strong adhesive. Now I know I was saying the Lionel Richie song, Mechamazon, because we're going to put the mechanism on. Okay, I know this part works pretty good. Put this on, then glue, and have it go right up to that crease. Okay, and that goes on midpoint. And when I put it on, I'm going to make sure I could still see the crease, but I don't want it on the crease. Because if it's on the crease, then the crease won't crease. Okay, let's see how that is. This is going to do something. We know it's going to be folded up eventually. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. What's going on? Okay, that's good. So I know there's hope. Let's check it. Make sure there's not glue squirting everywhere, like right there. Okay, so what's the problem here, y'all? I think it's because they're crossing over. Oh, and don't forget, this is a big warning, get this thing in there. Even if it's not attached, just get it in there, right here. Okay, so now let's see. It's like, what's the hang up? The hang up is these pieces they're kind of hitting. It's supposed to be like that. Well, it's behaving. Okay, let me try it again. Closed. Because if it was stuck down, I think it would behave. Okay, so that's good. My spinner is spinning. Okay, so next is one more glue, which is this one here. And we want the card to close, so I'm going to put the glue on there now. These two are competing as to who gets. Okay. So glue all over this, way down to the crease, and want to make sure that they'll be closed. That's good. And then close the door. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we're sending positive thoughts, and when I open it up, it's going to be good. That's good, because I can still pull it off. Oh, it worked. Did you see that? Let me see when I close it. It's still kind of hanging up. It's fine. Okay, watch this. And see those pieces flinging out? Yeah. Okay. So I know that this one, when it's open, I want it to be about here. Maybe over here a little bit. And I know that that's in the way. So I'm going to trim that off. That's garbage. Or we could, well, there's another area that we could use it here in just a minute. So I'm going to put glue on here, just on the end of it, to hold the circle. I'm doing full coverage, full everything, but thin, just because I want it to dry fast. Get this in place so when it's open, it looks as cute as can be. Okay, I'm going to make sure there's no glue. Let's see if it's going to work. Good. Okay, and it's fine if it's not, like when I see the movement from the side, I could tell that it's not perfectly centered. But it's okay if it does that. Okay, so we have that. And let's do this arm right here is going to get the words on it. So I'll put some glue right on here. And when it's open, I want the words to be straight up and down. And it's okay if it goes under, but when it closes, I don't want it to hit the center. So I have to try it again. Ooh, it's close to hitting the center. So I'm going to scooch it over a little bit. I have to do more glue. So it's going to come over this way just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to close it. I'm going to make sure that this clears the center, which it does. Okay, we have that. So now we can put on these other little gears. This one, the silver one first. The silver one could go right about here. And the black one about here. And this little piece, and it doesn't matter what size it is going to go on here. I'll put it on the underside to support these gears. This one that we cut off from the other arm, I might be able to use that because it doesn't take much to support them. Just a little glue on the underside. Right about there. Then I put just light little drizzle of glue on there to hold the gears. So it's silver that's going to go first. And then the charcoal. It's like these gears are working together. Okay. So let's just make sure again, close it. The words are tucking in just fine through here. And these gears, I don't want them to go over that edge. Okay, that looks good. Now one mini gear, let me take some of this for support. This can go underneath the pecan pie circle. And you know how I cut the circles out? You can use any size circles you have, but just make sure that this circle in here has enough clearance. And then if you had really big circles, then your greetings and your gears would have to be smaller. It's like there's all of a sudden a happy medium of how it should go. Okay, I'm kind of relieved that it's working. I was nervous. So there's this one. This one I don't think we do anything with. That looks like a nickel. Okay. I was so nervous about that part that I forgot about being hungry. I guess I could have made another something. I think my glue is getting stingy here. Almost out. Okay, that one can go right on there. I'm covering up the little support thing. Okay, let's try it. Work. Oh, that works good. Ooh. Okay, so this is just going to go onto, see this triangle right here, and part of that. And when it's open, I want this to be somewhat over the center, but I'm fine if it's off to the side a little bit, right over the center. I don't want to see the mechanism. So I know for sure we'll cover up this triangle. So I'm getting glue right out to the edge. I have to get my other standby glue. And right here, I'm so close. Okay. So I have the triangle covered a little bit here under the words. And that goes right there. Oh, doesn't that look good? Okay, but when you put the ferns on, it's more complete. You notice how each time I have to try, does it still work? Or maybe it's just still my fascination with this thing. And all of these things, if they weren't working, it's still possible to pull them up and find out where the hesitation is and fix it. There's just lots of layers in there. Okay, we got these. Okay, glue a little bit longer. See, now it's working just fine. Okay, so this is going to go right along here. I want to get in the way of the words. There's glue under that, so I have to let it dry a bit. Then this one, which I still have to pick these little things out from, because I was using the wrong plates. Excuse me. Do it right. Sorry. Okay. I have glue under here. Okay. Good. And now some bling. Just one. Okay, so that's it. What do you think? Do you love it as much as I do? What? Okay, well, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay.